Welcome back, folks. It is 5:15 on this wonderful Monday morning. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's jump right into the forecast. As we take a look outside right now on your morning commute, we're going to maybe see a little bit of some clouds in our skies, but we're actually looking at mostly clear, mostly sunny skies expected for today, and actually expected throughout the middle of the work week. Maybe a little bit of some storms to roll on in later this week. I'll get into that in just a second, though. We are looking at lots and lots of sunshine and maybe even some record-breaking temperatures as of tomorrow. Right now we're going to be in those maybe 60s, those 70s for our high, but even in those 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Our last freeze is usually April 22nd, so hopefully these warmer temperatures are actually going to stick around with us for the long run. We'll take a look a little bit more statewide first. Right now, folks, we'll notice Grand Junction at 43 degrees, pretty much the warmest area all over Colorado. Fort Collins feeling maybe 42, Trinidad at 40, but it is looking like that most of these areas are feeling pretty warm for us here on the western slope. We'll take a look. Glenwood Springs feeling 28, Montrose also feeling 35, 22 in Gunnison, and 28 in Aspen. And as these temperatures rise throughout the week, we are going to notice that even in some of those higher elevation areas or even in the Gunnison Basin, there's not going to be much of a drop in temperatures. Actually, it's going to stay quite warm, which means that this snow cover, all of our snow accumulation for the season, is going to start melting. That means runoff, that means wet roads. Keep that in mind if you've got those mountain travel plans. And temperature change. The past 24 hours, Montrose has lost 1 degree. Grand Junction has gained 3 degrees from what we were feeling yesterday. And I want to focus on this for the week, because as we even get into tomorrow and this whole high pressure ridge kind of hangs out with us, we're going to notice that these temperatures are going to skyrocket. This temperature change is going to skyrocket as well. Our almanac will show us our high today is a nice 76 instead of our typical 64. That low end looking at 40 instead of our typical 37. And those records, that high temperatures feeling 84. Keep in mind we could be popping above that as we get into tomorrow. We'll take a look at the dog walking forecast, folks. 9 a.m. feeling 50 degrees, noon 65, 3 p.m. 74. We're going to peak in those later afternoon hours. And folks, this cute little lady is Gloria. If you want to send me a photo of your dog for the dog walking forecast for next week, send it to jsage@carryxtv.com. But Gloria is going to be hanging out with us all week this week. And we'll take a look at our Allergy and Asthma Center of Western Colorado pollen forecast. Trees are still on that high end, grasses and weeds at low end, mold just a little bit hanging out with us here in the Grand Valley. We'll notice that these are actually going to stay essentially the same for the rest of this week because of these warmer temperatures. We'll also notice our wind speeds feeling pretty mild, less than 10, even 15 miles an hour for the entire day today. But that does mean that with these drier, warmer airs moving on in, some of that dirt, some of that dust could be getting into our snow accumulation, dirtying up a little bit of our snow coverage as it melts and that runoff happens. We'll look at the extended forecast, folks. We'll notice tomorrow our highs possibly 82, and Thursday, Friday, chance for some rain to roll on in.